Hi Pooja, welcome to Dialogue at Nation Next.
Thank you very much.
So the paradox is that I'll be discussing health and nutrition with you, and the relevance is that I'm the most needy one right now. I met Mr. Sunil Shetty just before his 50th birthday, and he said that, okay, I would show you my 8 packs on my 50th birthday. So it was, I was surprised. I took it as a joke. And when I immediately met him after his 50th birthday, he showed his 8 packs to me. So of course, that was something. And now he's almost 57, and he's fittest of all, arguably. Now, when a person like him says that it's all about food, and it's very less about exercise, when it comes to our health regime, how relevant it is?
Well, I think that's most relevant because your body is made 70% in the kitchen and 30% in the gym. If you don't eat right and exercise for 1 hour, 2 hours, and 3 hours, you're still not going to be able to get the body you want. And I'm sure many of you may have tried that. Tried very intense form of exercise, done classes and courses and Pilates and aerobics, but without eating right, you're not going to get the body you desire. So till the food is not right, the exercise that you do doesn't bear fruit, because it's all about eat and delete. So exercise is going to help them delete it. But till you don't know how to eat right, वो सारी मेहनत जो आप जिम में कर रहे हो is going to be futile. To think about it, we eat for about a good, say 16 hours a day. We exercise for 1 or max 2 hours a day. So clearly the eat is far more important than how you delete. So if you do that combination of eat and delete right, success is only but yours. So I think Mr. Shetty has a classical, clean, proven version of that formula, because if you don't eat right, all the mehnat you do in the gym, you wash it out by the wrong khana. So many of us have this mentality. I run 1 hour every day, Pooja. I can afford to take 1 drink at the end of the day. I exercise 3 hours a day. Of course, I can eat chocolate at the end of the day. Or you just automatically feel, today I went to the gym now, today I can eat that chocolate. Because we feel that we have deleted, we can eat wrong. But that's where we go wrong. सारी मेहनत जो आपने जिम में की थी, आप ही ने wash out कर दी by eating wrong. So if you eat right, every minute that you work out in the gym and every minute of exercise that you give, you will see the results.
Why do we tend to underrate food and overrate exercise?
Because we fear food. That's the trouble. I believe every person has a purpose of why they have been sent to earth. I have been sent to only propagate one notion. Please stop fearing food. Food is not to be feared. Because automatically in our subconscious, the minute we think that we have to get healthy or we have to lose weight, we think we need to exercise and we need to eat less. That is the mantra to lose weight. But that's never going to work. Because the minute you eat less, you put your body into storing mode. When your body is in storing mode, the only fuel it can use is muscle. If you want your body to use fat, it has to be in burning mode. The only way your body can be in burning mode is when you give your body small, frequent meals to eat every 2 hours. Let me explain that with an example. Just like exercise is a calorie burning process, you do 1 hour of aerobics, you burn 300 calories extra. Eating or digestion is a calorie burning process. 1 apple is about 90 calories. But when you eat that apple, to break down the apple, to digest the apple, and to excrete the waste, your body invests 120 calories. Where does it get that deficit from? Your fat stores. So just like dancing is a calorie burning process, eating is a calorie burning process. And we can't dance for 16 hours a day, but I can eat for 16 hours a day. Most of us have sedentary jobs. We sit on our desk from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. I can't expect you to run around from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. But I can expect you to just sit on your desk, just like I do, and eat every 2 hours. People come to me and say, Pooja, I have a very sedentary, I have a desk job. पूरा दिन कंप्यूटर पे बैठी रहती हूँ. इसके लिए मोटी हो गई हूँ. And I look at them and say, well, that's exactly what I do. पूरा दिन सिर्फ बातें करती हूँ. I wish talking would burn calories. It burns marginal. Okay? But although I am not doing anything but sitting on the chair and talking from 9 a.m. till 5 p.m., my body is in the gym. I'm eating every 2 hours by the clock. And it's not difficult. वो program कर देना है. Once you're at desk, आपको program कर देना है. और एक बार आपने ये एक हफ्ते के लिए अलार्म लगा के कर दिया, your body is so magnificent कि वो आपको हर 2 घंटे में बीप देगी, आपको भूख लगेगी, आप उठा के कुछ खा लोगे. Which is why eat to delete is the funda.
Thank you. For long, we have been bearing with this influx of self-contradicting, various multiple diet phenomenon. Where do we settle to? What do we settle to in this maze? There is Atkins was a fad at one point of time. Now intermittent fasting is there, and no dairy diet, veganism, and all that. So what do we settle to?
You settle to moderation. You settle to nothing else but moderation. You settle to a lifestyle, adaptable, moldable lifestyle. Because that is forever. Today I can be on keto and tomorrow I can be on Atkins and day after tomorrow I can be on Puja Makhija diet. But then I'm just going to keep switching diets. Food in you is not till there is a trend. Food in you is forever. So moderation is the best way to be able to achieve that success. Eat everything. I promise I eat everything. I eat rice for lunch every day. And people don't believe it. When they see me eating rice, they're like, you eat food? And I'm like, no, I only live off air. Of course I eat food. And you can eat everything and still look the way you want to if you know how much to eat and when to stop. So the key is never, let's follow one diet. The human body, so what I propagate of the 5 fingers of nutrition, this is not made by me, guys. I am no novel scientist. I am a humble student who studied nutrition. And human books of physiology taught me how to eat like this. ये मेरा फंडा नहीं है. जैसे एटकिंस ने एटकिन का फंडा बनाया, किसी और ने दूसरे फंडे बनाए. I have not come up with this funda. This is the way the human body is meant to be fed. Open any book of human physiology and they will tell you that your meal has to be balanced. Your carbs, proteins, fats ratio has to be there. And that's exactly what I am telling you to do. In the turbulence of media and new products and new trends, and people like to follow trends. Just like today we want to wear flare pants, tomorrow we want to wear cigarette pants, and then again we want to go back to bell-bottom pants. People like to follow trends. Follow it in clothes, not in khana, guys. Khana is one universal truth. Eat everything, but eat in moderation.
But don't you think that there should be some kind of a regulatory mechanism? Some law should be enacted because, so many...
I wish there would be. First and foremost, let's at least create a law where only nutritionists who have a degree can practice.
It's dangerous because people are losing their lives,
Yeah. But today you go and see, there's a lady who lost 90 kilos and become a nutritionist. Just because it worked for her, she's propagating it to everybody else. Every other person wants to be self-proclaimed nutritionist. I wish that first वो लॉ आ जाए कि आपके पास डिग्री हो तो आप प्रैक्टिस करो. जैसे आपके पास अगर डॉक्टर का रजिस्टर्ड नंबर नहीं हो तो आप प्रैक्टिस नहीं कर सकते हो. ऑफ कोर्स हमारे कंट्री में वो भी प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं. बट the idea here being, we create a law where registered nutritionists who have studied nutrition can come. Hopefully we will eradicate all these. I know I feel really bad because there are so many times where there'll be a lady sitting in front of me, she'll say, but I ate like this because my nutritionist told me to. So she went on a moong dal diet. She ate moong dal for breakfast, lunch and dinner. She ate moong dal ka pani, moong dal ki khichdi, moong dal ka sheera, moong dal ka टिक्की मूंग दाल. शी सेइंग बट मेरा वेट कम हुआ लेकिन फिर मेरे को ये प्रॉब्लम्स आ गए और ये मेरे को न्यूट्रिशनिस्ट ने दिया. आई फील बैड, आई रियली डू, बिकॉज that lady was only trying to help herself by going to a nutritionist, but someone decided to put her on the wrong path, and that's why she had such high uric acid that every possible joint in her body was hurting. I know there's a lot of misguidance. I feel bad, I swear, but I don't know whether it makes sense to you guys when I'm telling you follow moderation, because trust me, that is not something I'm telling you to follow because I have suddenly found a new diet. That is basic science. If you ask any doctor, if you study any book of nutrition, you will see that this is the simplest funda in the book. I'm not trying to proclaim कि मैं सही हूँ और बाकी गलत हैं, but trust me, believing in food and eating everything just the way our ancestors ate is the way to go.
You are a consultant to a lot of Bollywood stars. Earlier, they were more of, they were more comfortable revealing their food habits. Now, the trend is, it has kind of changed. I remember, I have peeped into food platters of all the three Khans. So I remember, once I was having lunch with Amir Khan. So he was relishing his lacha paratha and butter chicken and everything. And now, but things have changed, Now they do not eat openly, or they do not, because there are a lot of, whatever they eat is in public domain, through social media or digital media and all. So I have been interacting with a lot of actors, they say that they feel kind of pressurized to follow whatever naturally they eat because people ape them mindlessly.
See, I think with celebrities, what tends to happen is they are constantly being watched. So they are constantly under pressure to do things right. Now, for example, you may have watched Amir Khan eat that food, but had he done that in public, today everybody has a press camera ready. One photo and it's all over social media and it goes viral. वो बेचारे छींकते हैं तो भी हम post कर लेते हैं. So I think of course, because they're celebrities, everybody is looking at them. And if they make one wrong move or they do one right move, it's magnified so many fold that they are, poor thing, not trying to reveal what they're doing because there is so much public speculation about he ate one roti or he ate naan or he ate whatever. So I would assume that would be the only reason why they don't show it openly today. And I think it's right because everyone doesn't need to know what they eat. They are eating what they like and they know what they need to do. I don't think we are anybody to judge anyone. But having said that, the others that I have interacted with, they have been very open with the media to say that they come to me or they eat the food the way Pooja designs it. Luckily, I've been blessed with everyone who is willing to come up and say, this is a correct way to do it. So let's see, because whatever they say is magnified.
But aren't they regular foodies like us? At times they are disciplined, at times they may not follow that.
Yes,
discipline.
just like you and me. Just like you and me. If I were to tell you that I never eat anything wrong, I never eat fried, I never eat a chocolate, I never eat a fried thing, I'll be a liar. Who can live a life like that? I'm sorry, I'm not a nun. So everyone has a cheat meal sometimes, and that is fair. So as long as you know how to burn it and you know how to balance it. So I'm sure they do as well. So they are paid to look good. So if they have to look a certain way and a certain size, they go all guns, whether it is losing weight or it is gaining weight.
A couple of clients of yours have told me that you are quite strict. So again, to quote Amir's example, he used to call Satyajit Chaurasia. There is a guy, who is from Nagpur only, and he used to, his fitness trainer before Gajani. So he used to call him, he once told me that he used to call him Jallad because he was so relentless. So how about Deepika and Hrithik? How do they perceive you to be?
Deepika has, how you say, status of good child, but जिस बच्चे को आपको बिल्कुल डांटने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती है. So she has that proclaimed status about her. She's extremely diligent with what she does. So if I tell her that she has to eat no rotis and rice, she will do it to the T. If I tell her that she has to eat quinoa, she'll do it to the T. So with her, there is no need to be strict. I sometimes have to tell her it's okay, because by the time she messages me and I haven't read it, she won't eat her meal because what I had told her to eat was not there. So I'm like, you don't have to be, it's okay, you should have just eaten what was there. So with her, it's a different scenario. But others like Ranbir, they're all like little children when it first comes to doing about their food. But once they learn the value of eating right, they all comply, they all follow. Ranbir, I remember when I first made him have the vegetable juice, he told me, do what you want, I'll listen, I'll not drink that glass of vegetable juice. Bus, I just won't. And today, he doesn't finish his day without that glass of vegetable juice. When I met his mum, Neetu, and she told me, Pooja, you have got him addicted to the vegetable juice. Whichever part of the world he is in, wherever he is in, he makes sure he has that glass of vegetable juice every single day. So, once you do good nutrition and you see the change in yourself, you will never stop. That is the addiction of doing things right. You don't need a nutritionist ka danda. अपने आप अपने ऊपर वो कंट्रोल लाओगे because you have seen with and without what is the difference.
But isn't it difficult to bring about that particular change? Because, doctors I'm afraid to say, but doctors are supposed to be more formidable than nutrition experts. But still, they say that a lot of their high-profile clients, they run away from them, or they change the doctors whenever they advise them to bring about any moderation in their lifestyle, or specifically shun alcohol and all. So how do you invoke that kind of discipline, that food discipline in your clients?
Food discipline, like I said, initially you have to teach them. Okay, you have to tell them कि ये करोगे तो ये दिखेगा, ये करोगे तो नहीं दिखेगा. Just like how you teach children. Okay, and I really think teaching children is far easier than teaching adults. But having said that, first you teach. Like for example, anything, like whether it's the balanced nutrition or it is why you should drink enough water or why you should have enough sleep. First you give them the physiological reasoning behind it. And then you just make them apply it for 1 week. Once you apply a funda for 1 week, you will notice the change in your body and you will not want to stop. So I think the best way to motivate a person is to make them do it जोर जबरदस्ती से, डांट से, कभी वाइफ के प्यार से, कभी मॉम के डर से, whoever is willing to help that person for 1 week. After that 1 week, when you notice the difference in every arena, when you eat right, it's not only one aspect. It's not only the weighing scale that is going to give you pass or fail. It is everything else. The way you look, feel, sleep, your vitality, your immunity, everything is dependent on how you eat. So I think once you get on that high of feeling good, then I don't think any kind of motivation or danda is needed.
Initially, you got to be manipulative to be a successful nutritionist.
You have to try, yes. You have to sometimes scare people with bad blood reports. You sometimes have to scare them with the forthcoming diseases to shake them up. I have many who come to me who says, diet jo bologe kar lunga, 2 peg whiskey roz piyunga. Many. Yes, it is another 20-25 minutes of my time to convince them that that's not going to happen. And it's not me who's the bad person, it's the blood reports. And the blood reports scream it out. And when I tell them that these blood reports mean this after 3 years, they say, अच्छा ठीक है, हफ्ते में एक बार दे दोगे?
So Vidya Balan has been your client. She approached you when she was preparing for the Dirty Picture. And she had kind of a weird request. She wanted to nurture her curves as well, and still she wanted to look fit. So how difficult was it? What did you do to her?
Yeah, I had to. Like I said, they get paid for the way they look. So her intention was not to lose weight, but to gain the weight for Dirty Picture. So we made her gain the weight. Of course, gaining weight can be by eating vada paos or eating healthy food. She chose the healthy food route. So we did it gradually with good food and lots more of good food to gain the weight, and she gained the weight.
So almost all the religions have given due importance to food. There are religious scriptures that mention when to eat, how to eat, what to eat, all kinds of things. But all these things were, apparently they were quite scientific in nature, when they just, at the time of inception. But with time, things changed and times have changed. So they have kind of lost their relevance now because they have not been updated. What are you doing, nutritionists like you, to kind of bring about that relevance or, kind of updating, those scientific theories around of the Vedic times, yeah. No, because people follow religion, and
Yeah.
that's how.
Most of the trends that are coming back to us are coming back when America studies our Vedic scriptures and tells us turmeric is very good. Okay, so then we realize कि हमारी हल्दी कितनी अच्छी है. Then they studied about virgin coconut oil, and then they started liking our coconut oil, so we started loving our coconut oil. They studied our ghee, so we started liking our ghee. So they are studying our scriptures and selling us our food back itself. So yes, what nutritionists like I am doing, not really much. My belief is that our Indian thali was the best, most balanced thali ever. The times and the trends and the convenience foods and the processing has what is made us into a community where diabetes, we are the second largest nation in the world for diabetics. Okay, that is not because we are eating according to our Vedic plates. We are eating according to the 21st century plates. So yes, going back to basics, going back to roots is one of the best ways to do it. Of course, their food had that much more nutrition, which our food doesn't have today. And they had that much more physical activity, which we don't have today. So we can't do everything. Like my nani is about 93 years old, and she says, घी नहीं खाती है बेटा, मैं जब भी तुम्हारे एज की थी, मैं तो 3-4 चम्मच घी रोज खाती थी. बट वो टाइम पे आप वॉकिंग स्कूल जाते थे और वॉकिंग पानी लेके आते थे और वॉकिंग सब्जियां खरीदते थे. हम गाड़ी में से गेट पे उतरते हैं और गाड़ी में से गेट पे चढ़ते हैं. So their lifestyle and our lifestyle is different. Not contradicting that ghee is good, but not in the quantities that my nani must have eaten when she was my age, because that life was different. This life is different. Today we don't walk anywhere. We just call and WhatsApp, and our sabzis come to our doorstep. So with the difference in lifestyle, you have to mold it to individuals. So yes, Vedic diets are good, but we have to mold them to today's time and age.
There is one more paradox. My mom is 68. She loves her food. She indulges, she eats anything and everything. She strictly follows a sedentary lifestyle. But still, she is absolutely away from any kind of lifestyle diseases. But I see people my age, people in their 30s and even in their 20s as well. They are grappling with diabetes, high cholesterol and all that. So what do you say? I mean, is it about how she led her life in her prime?
Definitely. I'm sure she didn't lead a very unhealthy lifestyle then. So she's bearing the fruits of it now. But she must arrest it now so that she bears the fruit even in future. So she may have eaten right to have a good body fat composition in her yesteryears, which is today sailing through her age going high and BMR going low. So luckily she doesn't have any health ailments. But if she continues, there is no escaping the truth that if you eat wrong, it is going to catch up on your body. And if there is a sedentary lifestyle attached to it, so there are many I know who are very happily healthy adults. Okay, very happily. There's an uncle of mine who is really healthy, has zero health problems, no cholesterol, no diabetes, no blood pressure even. For his body weight and his age, he should have everything. But he walks 1.5 hours every day. He eats wrong, but he fits in some form of exercise. So these are genetic marvels where the exercise is helping them conquer even the bad weight that they're carrying. But there has to be a give and a take. There has to be a yin and a yang. There has to be a good and a bad. Otherwise, there's no balance. And without balance, nothing in life works.
For people at large, I think that you should be sharing it with us. Deepika has been your client and she attributes a lot of, reason. I mean, she just gives you a lot of credit for her hourglass figure. But how much is it about her efforts?
It's never about me. It's never the nutritionist that makes you healthy or thin. The nutritionist can only show you the path. I said that before as well. I'm not the hero. You don't have to listen to me. It is your effort. It is your mehnat that bears fruit. You have to put in the efforts and you have to bear the fruit. So the nutritionist can only guide. So what Deepika gets out of is because she believes in it and she works so hard towards it. It's nothing that I have done. I show the same light to everyone. So the credit is all hers, not mine.
Thank you. Thanks for